Hey, it's the old guy jamming. We're going to talk microphonic tubes today. We're also going to go inside the Egnater to show you the cool PCBs, the printed circuit boards, quality, industrial, Defense Department grade circuits, great transformers. I'm going to show you what the inside of this guy looks like. First, microphonic tubes. I'm going to play a B note, and you're going to hear what sounds like bees buzzing in a jar, maybe, and or little tiny beads being shaken in a jar, among other things. Sometimes it sounds like bacon sizzling. Sometimes you'll hear like you have a shimmer effect on, way deep in the sound. There might be this ethereal, as if the angels were singing from Orion's belt, but out of tune sound. And you wonder where that sound's coming from. It's just a weird microphonic tone out in the ether. It can be bad tubes. So I'll show you what I'm hearing right now, and then I already did the pencil tap test, but we'll do that again. Good tube versus bad tube. And then I'll take the chassis out and run you through the circuit board, because these things are built tank tough. They're great. So check it out. B note. Hear that? All right. And that wasn't as bad as it was earlier. Sometimes over the last couple days, it's really been singing. But it's actually pretty quiet today. But let's check out the microphonics. Using a pencil to tap on a good tube. Can't hear anything. Bad tube. Hear that tink? Bad tube. Hear the tink? Good tube. No tink. Kind of a bad tube. A little bit of a tink. That one's definitely bad. That one's okay. And my phase inverter's okay. Alright? So we'll take this apart and get into it. So, super easy to take this chassis out. You've got just 4 screws on the bottom. Big ones. You don't have to deal with the feet at all. And these come right out. Sometimes I sound like I'm from the South, but I'm not. Actually born overseas, Thailand or Libya. Spent 5 or 6 years as a kid in Thailand. It was great because of the giant bugs. Used to keep beetles as pets. It was a pretty good childhood anyway. Once those are all out, you can grab the transformers here and just lift the whole thing out by the transformer. It's real nice. These are Elite Powered 30. Nice. Elite. These are upgrades from the first series of Egnater amps that went out years ago. There were a lot of transformer problems or Egnater problems, but the problem was mostly in the transformers. They've since upgraded, and this is beautiful. We've got lots of high gauge wire inside, really nice components. Ceramic caps, large resistors, military grade printed circuit boards with really nice traces. Real nicely put together, lots of zip ties. The detail work is there. The solder joints are nice and heavy. Some internal fuses for the power stage. Nice big filter caps. Our transformers right here. on-off switch. Really nice power resistor mounted to the chassis there. That's not a cheapo, but look at the nice work in here. Everything's nicely lined up, lots of zip ties, attention to detail. It's real nice. Nice big capacitors. These are the filter caps and some more power resistors right there. All insulated ends. Real generous on the heat shrink. And here, heat shrink used is just a nice bit of strain relief. You wouldn't have to put heat shrink here where they strip the wire to expose 3 or 4 smaller conductors, but they went ahead and did that just as a nice detail. You don't see that in many amps, but real nice. You can't tell a whole lot from just me looking at, or you know, looking through my camera at this, but I can tell you, I'm pretty happy with it. Beautiful, and when it's and it sounds great. It really does sound good. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to flip this back over so I don't stick my feet through something weird. Real careful down like that. We're going to replace these two Ruby. When you're replacing a tube, you want to just kind of give it a nice round wobble as you go. Also, got some conductor spray, contact cleaner, just for giggles. I'm going to put some of this on in those sockets, just sparingly. You don't need to drench it. You can use this stuff too to wash out pots, and that's where I've had my greatest success using it. Was on older amps that I run across that I pick up. Sometimes they have real scratchy pots, or they're just loud in general. And if I run that cleaner through the pots pretty liberally in a pot, fill it full of that cleaner, then wash it out, and then turn the pot a bunch of times, it really does a lot to quiet down the noisy pot. All right, here we got an ECC83S. I was looking for a 12AX7, and all right, no name. ECC82 JJ's. All right, I'm back. It took me a while to find my 12AX7 replacement tubes. I had some tubes in the wrong boxes. Well, not the wrong boxes, but what I had in the box didn't match the label. So I'm all good now, though. And when you put these back in, you want to give them a little circle turn also as you put them in. And then we're done. So we'll put it back in the chassis. Oh, before I go, though, if you have one of these and you're working on it, this piece of shielding metal has a tendency to catch on the front of the chassis as you're sliding it back in, and it's just a pain in the butt. So what I would suggest you do when you pull this out is get yourself a piece of Gorilla Tape, and or duct tape will work as well. I want to get a little piece right here between where the screw comes through to mount to the chassis there. Screw comes through over here. Lay yourself down a piece of tape. And then another one right here. Ooh, that's almost too big. Anyway, sometimes it sounds like I'm from the South. Never been to the South. I'm a Northern California guy with tendencies towards SoCal. All right, boom. Then, oh, yeah. Putting that tape on the shielding metal is a must. And then it just really slides right back in. You got to help the front a little bit. Grab the transformer. Good. And then just tighten her up. All right, so we're done. Did the tap test again. No tinks. It's quiet. It's nice. There's no singing in the background. There's no weird laser sounds, crackling, no bacon, no fried eggs. It's all good. Now on this contact cleaner, one thing you should be cautious about is filling pots up and then plugging stuff right back in. Don't do that. It is a conductor. I don't believe it's flammable, but it might if you but I don't think so. Not like WD-40. I have had some bad experiences with WD-40 and electronics and have caused some fire in control boxes and things like that. So, but the cleaner's good, but if you fill pots up and wash stuff out, let your equipment sit overnight. It dries pretty quick. It's like brake cleaner. It evaporates quick, but still, just be cautious with that stuff. Anyway, back in action. So that's the chassis out, tube swap. You don't have to take the chassis out to swap tubes on this. It has a nice big access gap in the back, but if you're reaching way up in there, you do have to be real careful of your pin alignment. You could fold over a pin. So it's so easy to take the chassis out, I don't see why you just wouldn't do it. But certainly the power tubes, and if you took those out, you'd want to bias it anyway. So it's a good idea just to take the chassis out. But in a pinch, if you need to change one of the tubes, you can get in there if you have some good light and good eyes. And if you're careful and just make note of your orientation and put it in there, you'll be good to go. All right. Happy jamming. Old guy. Out.